In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, life was hard. It was more than just poverty, it was survival. Kentrell Desean, better known as NBA YoungBoy, born on October 20th, 1999, came into a world of chaos and complexity. He called Baton Rouge a rare place, one with a unique culture, crook police, and a heavy emotional atmosphere. His father was sentenced to over 50 years in prison when Kentrell was still a baby. His mother couldn't handle the burden alone, so she sent him to live with his grandparents on 38th and Chippewa Street. There, he grew up alongside his half-siblings, including his older brother Pierre, who YoungBoy refers to as his real brother. At just 4 years old, a tragic accident changed his life. He fell off his grandparents' bed and broke his neck, forcing him to wear a halo brace that left permanent scars on his head. But that wasn't the worst pain he would endure. YoungBoy's grandmother was his heart. She spoiled him when she could and made him feel truly loved, something he rarely experienced again after her passing.
You would say?
Yeah, my grandma made me feel love. And when she died, I ain't never felt that feeling again. Only time I ever feel love is when I walk on stage.
Growing up, Pierre took on the role of protector and motivator. At 7 years old, YoungBoy came to him with a notebook in hand and said, "I want to rap." Inspired by his biological mom, who used to rap too, he began scribbling lyrics in a composition book. At first, they tried to stay on the right path, cutting lawns for $7 just to make ends meet. But Baton Rouge didn't let dreams grow easy. Soon, they were stealing bikes, batteries, and eventually breaking into homes. The streets swallowed them quickly. By 9th grade, YoungBoy dropped out of school and started rapping full-time. Around the same time, his grandmother passed away from heart failure. Homeless and grieving, he moved in with Pierre and his mother Monique, who became a second mom to him. At age 12, Pierre made a promise: "We're never gonna be broke again." That phrase would become the foundation for NBA Never Broke Again. Monique saw their dedication and funded their first studio session. She even helped them buy a cheap mic from Walmart. Inspired by Baton Rouge legends like Lil Fat, Fredo Bang, and his early mentor G Money, YoungBoy refined his raw sound. Soon, he dropped his first track on YouTube for a reason. YouTube was the only platform I could just run to, drop music, and let it all out, he said. His brother Pierre, now known as NBA 33, handled the business, burning 1,000 CDs and passing them around the city. As his buzz grew, trouble wasn't far behind. YoungBoy caught his first major charge for a home break-in and spent 6 months in juvenile detention. Instead of wasting time, he wrote songs obsessively behind bars. When he got out, he dropped his first official mixtape. Before the fame, he admired Jeezy's grind and wanted to flood the streets with back-to-back projects. And he did just that. Mind of a Menace 1 and 2, Before I Go, and more. His work ethic was relentless. With each release, his name spread further beyond Baton Rouge. Kevin Gates, Boosie, and Meek Mill gave him early cosigns. Meek even helped craft the name YoungBoy. But it was 38 Baby, dropped in late 2016, that shook the underground and proved he was next up. Though only 17, his music felt like it came from a grown man, raw, emotional, and hauntingly real. Then, his rise almost came to a screeching halt. On November 28, 2016, YoungBoy was arrested before a show in Austin, Texas, charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. At 17, he was facing the possibility of life in prison. Yet even while behind bars, he dropped Mind of a Menace 3 and Before I Go Reloaded. He wasn't slowing down. In May 2017, he took a plea deal and was released. His comeback single Untouchable sent a message: "I'll never jeopardize it again." In 2018, he dropped his debut studio album, Until Death Call My Name, featuring big names like Future, Birdman, Lil Uzi, and Offset. He was no longer a Baton Rouge prodigy. He was a mainstream force. By 2019, YoungBoy was in the spotlight but still battling demons. He was arrested again in a federal case involving a firearm, fueling industry rumors and pushing him deeper into paranoia. Despite legal troubles, he dropped hits like AI YoungBoy 2 and 38 Baby 2, both debuting at No. 1 on the Billboard 200. But with success came war. Feuds with Fredo Bang and G-Money's crew escalated beyond music. Baton Rouge became a war zone. YoungBoy's name often connected to violence, even when he wasn't directly involved. Friends were shot, enemies dropped diss tracks. Federal agents started watching closer. In 2021, YoungBoy was arrested by the FBI in a dramatic foot chase. He was caught with firearms again. The government labeled him a danger to the community. Instead of a cell, he was placed under strict house arrest in Utah. That's when the world saw a different YoungBoy. Alone in a massive compound, stripped from the streets, he started wearing face paint, talking about depression, isolation, and even religion. He claimed he wanted to stop the violence and seemed exhausted by years of paranoia. Despite being confined, he remained the most streamed artist on YouTube in America. He recorded dozens of songs from inside the house, dropping albums like The Last Slamito and I Rest My Case. Fans felt the pain, the confusion, the plea for peace. In 2023, his lyrics turned spiritual. He hinted at wanting to leave rap. In interviews, he admitted, "I'm terrified of people. I've been hurt by people. I don't trust nobody no more." Still, the industry memes him. The streets still watch him. And his music, it continues to hit harder than ever. By 2025, NBA YoungBoy is a legend still in the making, scarred, hunted, praised, and isolated. Whether he escapes the past or gets swallowed by it, only time will tell. This isn't just about rap. This is the story of surviving war on the outside and within.